Hello. I think there should be audio now. Hello. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for sticking with me here. Hello. So I don't even know where to start. There should be audio now. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why the microphone died. It just turned off. I didn't see it. So let me start backwards and go back a little bit here. So thank you for all joining. If you have a question, put it in the feed. I've got it here. Hello, Dan Phelps. Go Dogs. I see your profile. Hello, Nicole Levy. Anas Bellafrej. Hello. Put a like, a heart, shout out in there. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. Also on YouTube as well. Thank you for the shout out there about the audio. All right, so temperatures today, 70s and 80s right now. We tied a record in Orlando earlier. It's windy out there right now, and I was just showing the cameras from up north, as I'm sure you saw even without hearing me. It's gross in New York City. They're over to sleet now. They've had about 9 inches of snow in Central Park, and this is the view from State College, PA. Hello, Alice. How are you? Where it is currently still snowing. All right, so in the southeast, I mean, it was a wild day today. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. Let me bring this back over a 6-hour loop. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings earlier. We had at least one confirmed tornado in Alabama earlier. In fact, here was the radar earlier. These purple boxes are confirmed tornadoes. This was 3 o'clock this afternoon. So if you were unchecked from the weather and missed it earlier, there were several confirmed tornado warnings in the Florida Panhandle up to southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia. This was expected. So that was the radar at about 3 o'clock, and then here it is now live. We turn off the label so you can see the map a little cleaner. So there is the major winter storm. It has produced, I can't even tell you how much destruction. Sadly, it's now turned deadly. There's been at least a few deaths I've read about. One in Tennessee, one in Kentucky from people with home fires, sadly from heating. So that is some pretty sad news. But there's the center of low pressure. We've got a front like this, and then the cold front way down here. And you may have seen in the end of the Broncos-Patriots game, it was snowing out in Denver. That's with the Arctic air out over here. But it is going to get freezing in Florida this week. I can't stress enough how cold it's going to be. So here's the temps right now across the southeast in the U.S. It's 78 in Orlando. Hello, Ines. Hello, Elaine from Apopka. What's up from Apopka? Appreciate you. Did you enjoy the weather today in Apopka, Elaine? It's about 86 today in Apopka. Yeah, look at the temps right now across the country. Let me take this full so you can see it here. Look at these temps. Look at those temps. 10 in New York, 3 below in Chicago, 5 in Nashville, 8 in Memphis, 66 in Tallahassee, 18 in Houston, 10 in Dallas, and then we're hanging on to 78 in Orlando. And power outages have been very significant. Now, this is on a county-by-county basis. I have to remake this to make it a statewide basis, so it looks a little bit less than it actually is. But if you total up all these power outages from the storm so far, it's over 1 million. These are just each individual county. Hardest hit you see right there, that would be Davidson County in Nashville, where a huge part of the city is without power from a crippling ice storm from last night into today. All right, so let me give you the Florida forecast here because, again, today, let me pull up the highs and show you. The highs today were remarkable. We tied a record in Florida. If you have a question, comment, or concern, please put it in the feed. I would love to hear from you. Let's see, Florida highs today. So I'm going to show it to you this way. Yes, it was perfect, Elaine. Yes, it was. So today, 86 officially in Orlando. Exactly our forecast. How about that? Boom. We did nail it right on the nose. Hi from Titusville, Harry. 86 was the high today, tied a record. Look at the temps, which have trended lower for Tuesday morning. 35 in Orlando, 29 in the Villages, about 32 in Apopka, 45 in Cocoa Beach, 31 in DeLand. Everywhere above the pink line, the blue line there is going to be below freezing. So we'll have freeze warnings again for Tuesday morning. And here's the wind chills. And this is probably generous. I probably am going to update this graph, and I'll make it lower for our news tonight after the NFC Championship. Because I've been looking here in the office. I've been sitting here. I've got a little cut-in I'm going to do at the halftime of the game that I'm going to run and eat dinner quick. But I've been looking at some of the preliminary new data coming in for the evening. And some of the data's got the wind chill like 22 in Orlando Tuesday morning. Yeah, so It's going to be very cold, especially considering how warm it was today. Everybody here will be talking about it. So, trying to make you plan ahead. Now, we do have a storm team alert out for several days this week. I'll just skip to the 7-day and show this to you here for Central Florida. Then I'll talk more about the storm, because there is a chance of snow in Florida next weekend. I'm not afraid to say that. Now, I'm not saying in Orlando. I mean, I guess there's the remotest chance of it. But somewhere in the state of Florida and or Georgia, there probably is a decent chance of snowflakes again next weekend. So let me walk you through the 7-day here. So tomorrow we have some showers midday. Watching from Connecticut, Donna. Hello, Hudson Hill. How long will this cold blast last? Well, here you go. Monday, it's cloudy and it's showery in the morning. The sky clears, it's windy, and it's very windy tomorrow night. Tuesday, Wednesday, there's not a cloud in the sky. But notice the storm team alerts there. Not hype. Nothing to exaggerate. We issue them when we want to heighten your awareness to very impactful weather or sometimes life-threatening weather. In this case, it's not necessarily life-threatening. It's extremely impactful, and it's the potential for freeze warnings 3 nights in a row. Those are the Orlando numbers, so if you're north or northwest of Orlando, you subtract several degrees off that. So like Wednesday morning, it's 34 in Orlando. Somewhere like the Villages or Eustis or Mount Dora or Clearmont, it's 30 or 29, 28. So we've got 3 mornings in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. We're going to be in the 20s and 30s. Afternoon highs barely to 60. That's it. Now, Saturday next week, I've got 54 with maybe some showers late day. But look at the high next Sunday. Now, I want to stress this is very tricky. I tried to give it my best shot as a forecaster here tonight for you. 46 for the high. For the high in Orlando. Now, there are models colder than that. There are models above that. I try to split it down the middle for right now. And what's going to happen next Saturday into Sunday is there's going to be the potential for another storm in the southeast U.S. What's happened over the last few days is the models have backed off a little bit on it, but not all of them. So what's likely going to happen is we get really cold. At a base case, we get really, really cold Saturday night and Sunday nights of next week. So that would be off the scope of the 7-day. There are some models that I believe in, and just my own analysis, looking at other things, there is definitely a chance, not like remote, a decent chance that there is a damaging freeze even down in Orlando next weekend, meaning like temperatures well into the 20s. We haven't had that in many years, like an actual air temperature of 25 or something, or lower in Orlando. That would rise to the level of a damaging freeze to property and infrastructure, so on and so forth. There is that chance, but it will depend upon the cold front that comes by, how strong is it, and is there a storm that forms over Florida or next to Florida that helps to pull down even colder air. So that's why it's kind of tricky to know, is it just really cold or is it historic cold Saturday night and Sunday night of next weekend. Now, there is at least some chance of snow in the southeast or Florida again the end of next week. I think that's pretty clear. I want to show this to you here quick. So this is what we call a model ensemble. So this is, in this case, 25 different versions of the European model. You see each of these squares? I'll just take you, zoom in and walk you through each one of them. So this is 25 versions of the Euro model. We've all heard the Euro, the GFS. This is the snow potential for next weekend. Notice the first version. Yeah, I mean, it's got like 3 to 6 inches of snow in parts of the Panhandle. Model 2, nothing. Model 3, that would be completely out of outer space. It has snow off the Space Coast. So does 16. This one has half a foot or more of snow in Tallahassee and snow even down to Ocala or Gainesville. Showers. This one, nothing. This one, hints of some snow showers in Jacksonville. This one, nothing. 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 Some snow near Tampa Bay. Some snow showers near Jacksonville, just light. Nothing. Or snow near Panama City. This one is a little bit of snow over by the Panhandle. This one is like a crippling snowstorm in the deep south. That's pretty extreme. Nothing on this one. Nothing. 3 to 6 inches of snow in the Panhandle, even some snow showers down to the Villages there. This one's nothing, nothing. Some snow into Gainesville up to like South Georgia, South Alabama, Georgia, and then nothing. So the point of that is there is definitely a signal there for something in the state of Florida in terms of snowflake action next weekend. Now, I'm not not explicitly saying it's going to be snowing in Orlando at this moment. I want to make that crystal clear. But the tricky part for next weekend will be, does a storm form near the Gulf Coast or Florida? And if it does, where does it track? Because that'll dictate where there could be some winter mix in North Florida or somewhere, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama. B, that'll dictate how cold it gets. Because if there's no storm that forms, the cold front that comes through will still be a big deal. It just won't be as extreme of cold. If a storm forms, it'll help to pull down even cold air behind it. So the temps Sunday morning and Monday morning of next week, so off the coast, off the scope of our 7-day, could really be like major impact headlines, like cold we haven't seen in a long time. So that's what we're going to watch for next weekend here in Central Florida. So lots of sun Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then next week things get interesting is how I would frame it right now. Let me look at some of your comments, questions. If you have them on Facebook, YouTube, please put them in there. So that's the 7-day for you right now in Central Florida. Let me show you some videos and pictures of stuff from today. Let me pull some of them up for you here. So I do have some video. This is from the Florida Panhandle today into South Alabama, where there was likely a microburst. This video was from Marissa White and Navarre. The video was from a couple places. I have more video I got to get in here. But right on the Florida-Alabama line, we had a wind gust of 71 miles an hour today. So, yes, the winter storm up north took the cake, but there was some damage to trees and property. May have been at least one confirmed tornado. The Weather Service has to go out and do a storm survey tomorrow. Remember, that's how they rank and officially confirm tornadoes, is they, after the fact, survey the damage and then put a rating to it and confirm it for official sakes. But yeah, there's some video that was in the Panhandle of Florida, 71 mile an hour wind gusts today there. But I do want to show you some of the pictures here from the south, because some of these ice pictures are just crazy. This is a picture from Nashville, Tennessee, where you can clearly see this is a record ice storm, historic ice storm. There's trees down everywhere. There's power out everywhere, and this extends down into Mississippi. Not as bad over in the Carolinas, but it is really, really, really bad. The ice storm there from earlier. So if you have a question, please put it in here. Let me refresh my phone. Our internet back here is a little slow. I've got a frozen feed here. Let me see if I can pull this back up. We're also on YouTube. So again, major cold coming into Florida. The highs of today will be a long distant memory. There's the wind chills for you Tuesday morning while I pull up. I don't mean to look away. I just want to pull up the comments here so I can see if I can get it to load. So there we go. Hello, everybody. Let's see. So on YouTube, question. Pollyann says, so will it snow in Orlando? If you said it before, then sorry. No problem, Polly. It's very unlikely. We're not explicitly forecasting that at this moment. But in the state of Florida, there is definitely a chance of snowflakes next weekend. Definitely. I think the chances in Florida would be like 1 in 50, maybe 3 in 50, but almost any given year they'd be 0. So, yeah, it's definitely something we will watch for sure. My son is asking, will it finally snow? I could see snow showers at least somewhere in Florida next weekend, and us. Where, I don't know. Hi from Titusville. Hello from Pasco. Hi from Haines City. Thomas. Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, definitely Kelly, the kids at the bus stops Tuesday. And it's really what Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning of this week, but especially Tuesday mornings when the wind chill will be at its lowest here. So temperatures are still mild out there right now. We're still hanging on to 70s and 80s. Savor is going to be probably a very long while till we're this warm again. Wind gusts are from the southwest, 15 to 20. Very warm overnight with showers arriving late. And then tomorrow, a lot cooler. 70s Orlando out towards the Space Coast, and then just about 65 or so once you get up towards Ocala. So let me give you a quick one more update on the snowstorm. Here it is. In terms of snow so far, Here's some of the totals. All of the areas on here in pink are over a foot. Now, this is just through right now. Places like Indianapolis are, I think, 11 inches. I looked at it earlier. Let me see. I think it's 11. Snowiest day in Indianapolis in like 10 years, a little over that. We're over a foot in Pittsburgh, over a foot in northern Arkansas, a foot in southern Illinois, about 10 inches in Lexington, Louisville, Columbus, Cincinnati, Ohio, 6. Columbus, about a foot in southern Ohio. And then again, New York City now is about 9 to 10. You see here the purple creeping in. That's getting close to a foot officially in parts of New York, and then on up into Boston. But yeah, this will go down as definitely one of the more historic winter storms in recent memory. And here is how the temperatures play out. Here we are tonight. These are the feels like readings. So notice tomorrow the highs are like in the morning, and then all afternoon and evening they plummet. These are the feels like temps. And then by Tuesday morning it's freezing. 19 in Tallahassee, 8 below in Nashville, 6 in Atlanta, 12 in Charlotte. I mean, Miami will be chilly for them, but 51 is definitely not as cold as it's going to be in Central or North Florida. That's out the door on Tuesday morning. So if you had another question, please comment, put it in the feed. I hope you had a great weekend. Obviously, I'm here working with you today, but yesterday I got to golf. It was really nice. It was just perfect, even though I hit a few balls in the water. It was just a great day yesterday. But here's the showers. Let me walk you through this one more time. So tomorrow, out the door, work in school, some showers. Here's 8 in the morning. Just some brief showers. And then by noon, they're gone. And then the sky clears. And then by sunset, it's totally clear. Not a cloud in the sky. But it's windy and really cold going into Tuesday morning of the weekend. So, yeah, in terms of next week, let me pull this up one more time. I'll leave you the Orlando 7-day. It's going to get interesting next weekend. It's just a question of how cold is it going to get. Is it historic, oh my gosh, cold to the point of it's damaging our infrastructure and it's a really big local story, or is it just very cold? Now, very cold versus historic cold are two different things, two very different things. So that's what we're going to work on. So the blend of all the models, is not too extreme, but let me just read you off some of the temps. Sunday morning of next week, Canadian model says 27 for an air temp in Orlando. The AI Canadian model says 23 degrees. 23. That would be a damaging freeze in Central Florida. The GFS is 33. The European model is 29 degrees. And let me just look at some of the other ensembles. I'll read you some of the temps, because I want you to see that there is a big spread here. A really big spread. Yeah, so the temps first, this is Sunday morning next week. 30, these are the models. 35 for Orlando. 35, 30, 27, 27, 25, 19. Coldest temperature ever in Orlando was 18 in like the 1800s. So that would be like truly historic. It's only a handful of models like that. 21, 19, 18, 26, 33, 32, 30, 39, 35, 41. 33, 26, 20. So you see, the models are, there's a big spread. Is it super ridiculous cold, or is it just really cold next weekend? And for right now, we'll just kind of take a middle of the road approach. And the data and our ability to forecast that will get a little bit better once this ongoing winter storm in the East Coast gets out of the way tomorrow. Then the models can run without that in the way. Then we'll get a little bit better confidence about just how cold it may get. Next weekend. So I appreciate all of you watching on Facebook and YouTube. I'll see you at the halftime of the Seahawks game on Fox 35 for a 30-second update on the weather. We will see you then for that. And then also after that, John, Luann, and myself, I think there's a show on Fox, and then we'll see you with the late news after the game. Make sure to stay up for that. I'll have a much bigger recap on TV and on Fox Local about the snowstorm, the ice storm, and then if we get anything new data in for this system for next weekend. So appreciate all of you watching. Have a great rest of your night. Take care. God bless. And I hope you enjoyed the warmth, because as you can see on that 7-day, it's gone starting tomorrow. I'll see you tonight on Fox 35. Enjoy the game. Have a great Monday. Don't forget the jacket heading out the door tomorrow morning.